The document that you received is the reading notes for Chapter 3, Section 3, which talks about early Chinese civilization. We've not talked a lot about that in class yet, so this is really your introduction to the different aspects of early Chinese civilization, and it's going to talk about some things that you have learned a little bit about already in the Unit 1, like we talked a little bit about Confucianism. It's going to talk about art and entertainment. It's going to talk about family structure. It's going to talk about dynastic type of government. And so some of these concepts may seem a little bit familiar, but even the things that we haven't talked about fit into categories that we've already looked at. You've done the reading notes before, so this isn't new to you. I've got a link there at the top near the title. You'll see that it's due on the 8th, whether you're in class or not. The end of the day on the 8th is when I'm going to embargo the notes and I will grade whatever you have. So you have the link for the reading, you have the link that you followed for these directions, and then I've given you directions for the assignment itself. Remember that you're responding to all the prompts that I've numbered here for you in now what I've titled the prompt section. If you respond to the prompts and the kind of deeper reflection and thinking about the reading, then the highest you can get is a 70. You need to take additional notes, going back over the reading and writing down what you feel are significant, important people, places, events, concepts that you feel are worth remembering. So we've got the prompt part here. I'm showing you one of the functions in Google Drive, and a really helpful tool for doing work within a Google document is that if you highlight a word that, let's say, you don't know, like isolated here, and I put a little comment over here to the side so that you can see that. But if you double click on a word and that you don't know and you do the Control Shift Y, it will give you a definition on the side. So if you didn't know, for example, what the word dynasty was, you could double click on the word, hit Control Shift Y, and it gives you a definition, pronunciation, parts of speech, and then uh, the definition and some synonyms there, and some words that you might be more familiar to you uh, than the specialized word of dynasty. So you're going to answer the questions here. I've asked you in the directions to put your answers in a font color that is easily readable, something besides black, not too light. Make it a bold color. You can use the same color red that I have here, or you can pick a different color, but it will make the grading tend to be more accurate if I can read it. So make sure that you do that. If you have any questions, you can let me know. And you're answering the questions here. Make sure that for the ones where I've said like in your own words and then use it in a sentence, that you're doing that correctly. And then I've got where you're going to create a Venn diagram comparing, contrasting the family structure in ancient China with your family or any family today in the United States. So, you're going to insert drawing, and that's where you're going to create the Venn diagram, which will then insert itself into the answer document, your reading notes. So what is the pattern of dynastic cycles? And then you're going to explain these three philosophical developments, Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. Um, and that might be the hardest part of the reading, is the explaining those three things. Then we've got the reflecting part, right? Spunky, surprising, puzzling, useful, new, and things that you knew already and interesting. And then I've actually put a separate place here for you to take your additional notes that will get you above a 70 for the reading notes. So everything that you need to get started is up here at the top. And remember that the reading notes are due. Even if we don't have time in class, now you can start working on this mostly outside of class, but the reading notes are due on the 8th. If you use Google Calendar, this is a good opportunity for you to put that date on your Google Calendar so that you can see it, be reminded for it. And if you have time during PACE as well, during the study hall times, that you can work on the reading notes then. If you have any questions or you run into any problems, you can email me and I'll be making comments on your reading notes throughout the week. So look for that feedback and make sure you go back and reply to my comments or talk to me in class.